His Majesty King Mswati III has called for renewed efforts in the fight against malaria. Now, the King says Africa should spare no effort in meeting the aspirations of a malaria-free continent by the year 2022. His Majesty was speaking during the official opening of the African Union Summit in Ethiopia. Here's a report.
His Majesty King Mswati III was joined by heads of state at the official opening of the two-day summit, which opened under the theme Harnessing the Demographic Dividend Through Investment in Youth. The summit is largely focused on issues affecting the youth, and over the next 2 days, His Majesty and fellow heads of state will extensively discuss a breakdown developed by the African Union Commission on how countries should empower their youth. Other key issues under discussion include institutional reforms of the Union, where President Paul Kagame of Rwanda will present a report on the implementation of his proposed reform plan for the Union, while other issues include peace and security, a roadmap of practical steps to silence guns in Africa by 2020, the Continental Free Trade Area, and the implementation of Agenda 2063. President Robert Mugabe of Zimbabwe stole the show and displayed great leadership when he presented a check of $1 million United States to the African Union Foundation. The check from President Mugabe is to capacitate the African Union Foundation, and it was raised from the sale of over 300 cattle from the president's personal herd. After the opening of the summit, His Majesty was joined by Inkosikazi Magongo when he addressed a working lunch which was hosted by AIDS Watch Africa, which is an entity of the African Union which leads efforts to advance a robust African response to end AIDS, TB and malaria by 2030.
We now have known tools that fight malaria, and with the new innovations in the pipeline that may result in even better tools, we have an opportunity to accelerate the gains towards malaria elimination. We must, at the same time, sustain the gains made, monitor anti-malaria drug and insecticide resistant before they spread further. We must prioritize data collection and surveillance, early detection, rapid response, and ensure that interventions are reaching the most vulnerable populations, including those who regularly cross country borders. We have to take note of the lessons we have learned, that the fight against malaria cannot be won by working in our individual countries. Rather, we have to work together across borders.
Inkosikazi Magongo was also part of a session of the Organization of African First Ladies Against HIV and AIDS. Reporting for Swazi TV News, I am Sandile Makanya in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.